The city of Los Angeles glows under a soft gold sunset, the kind that makes the whole world feel like a movie scene. Paparazzi gather outside the famous Chateau Lumiere, a luxury rooftop lounge known for its marble floors, glass walls, and high-profile guests. There is electricity in the air tonight, a kind of sharp excitement that only comes when Hollywood expects something big, or someone big. And suddenly, he appears. Timothée steps out of a sleek black car with tinted windows, wearing a loose white silk shirt that dances with the wind. His curls fall softly around his face. He looks calm, light, almost floating as if he has no weight on his shoulders. The cameras explode with flashes the moment he appears. Reporters shout his name, trying to get even one word from him, but Timothée only offers a small smile, the kind that says nothing and everything at the same time. People watching from the velvet ropes whisper quickly, "That's his first appearance in weeks. He just disappeared. Do you think the rumors are true?" No one says the full rumor out loud, the one that's been spinning across social media for days, but it hangs in the air. Heavy and sparkling like a dangerous jewel, the world has been wondering why he vanished from the spotlight. Why he skipped red carpets. Why he stayed silent when the tabloids kept printing headlines about his personal life. And now he's here, in public again, looking almost carefree, but the silence from him only makes the mystery deeper. Timothée walks toward the entrance, surrounded by two close friends, Leo, a rising director with sharp cheekbones, and Marco, a fashion designer known for his dramatic style. The three move together like they're gliding, like they're part of a slow-motion music video. They laugh about something casual, but it seems too loud, too bright. Like they're trying a little too hard to appear relaxed. The cameras keep flashing, fans keep screaming, but Timothée doesn't flinch. Inside the rooftop lounge, the golden lights shimmer across the marble bar. Champagne flows in tall crystal glasses. Influencers pose near infinity-edge pools. The air smells of jasmine, citrus, and expensive perfume. Everywhere, people are whispering and watching him. Even inside, he cannot escape the stares. He moves through the room with the same soft smile. But there is something else underneath, something unreadable. Maybe freedom, maybe sadness, maybe fear. No one knows. And that uncertainty makes the moment sparkle with suspense. His friends pull him toward a private table near the glass wall overlooking the city. The view is breathtaking, the skyline glittering like diamonds. Cars flowing like rivers of light, the night just starting to stretch its wings. Leo orders champagne for all three, while Marco jokes loudly enough that people nearby turn their heads. Timothée chuckles, but his eyes drift out toward the city again. Like he's lost in a thought he doesn't dare say out loud. Across the room, a group of young influencers gasp and start filming secretly. The words, "He's back," and "Is the rumor true?" ripple through the crowd like waves. Someone hurriedly texts a gossip blog. Another calls a friend on a magazine team. People are hungry for details, drama, anything that will make their followers scream. Because when a celebrity disappears, Hollywood fills the silence with stories. Meanwhile, outside on the street, paparazzi, who couldn't get a rooftop pass, stand on cars, shooting into the glass walls. Every tiny movement Timothée makes is captured. The way he runs his fingers through his hair. The way he leans back and breathes deeply. The way he clinks his glass with his friends. In the video clips, to the outside world, he looks free, almost refreshed. But the truth behind his relaxed expression remains locked inside him, hidden somewhere that cameras cannot reach. At the table, Leo leans forward. "You ready for this?" he asks quietly. Timothée doesn't answer right away. His gaze lingers on the skyline as if searching for a sign. Finally, he exhales through his nose, calm but distant. "I didn't expect it to explode like this," he says softly. "I thought disappearing would cool everything down." Marco raises an eyebrow. "You know Hollywood. Silence only makes the fire bigger." Timothée's smile fades for a second, a flicker, a crack before he covers it with another calm expression. He sips champagne, the glass trembling slightly in his hand. Across the lounge, someone whispers loudly enough for others to hear, "Do you think he will address it tonight?" Another replies, "If he does, the whole internet will break." Near the bar, a well-known entertainment reporter quickly types on her phone, preparing the headline she hopes will go viral. Timothée resurfaces, and his body language says everything. But the night is still young, and Hollywood has a talent for turning simple sightings into chaotic storms. Timothée stands from his table and begins walking toward the balcony, a place where the cameras outside can easily catch his silhouette. His friends exchange worried looks and follow him. As he steps out into the warm night air, The wind catches his shirt and lifts it like a soft flag. The city stretches beneath him like a kingdom of light. He closes his eyes, he breathes deeply, and then he opens them, calm but sharper now, as if he is preparing for something big. Something he cannot avoid anymore. And just as he leans on the glass railing, a voice behind him says, "Timothy, they're here." He turns, but the story of who has arrived is not revealed yet. The night holds its breath. The rooftop lights glow warmer as night settles deeper over Los Angeles, turning the whole city into a glittering ocean. Music pulses softly from hidden speakers, just loud enough to feel in the chest, but quiet enough for secrets to travel. People continue to whisper and stare. Everyone feels something is about to happen, something nobody wants to miss. Timothy stands at the balcony, his fingers resting on the smooth glass edge. His friends, Leo and Marco, stay close behind him, their expressions tensing the moment they hear the warning. "They're here." The words come from a nervous staff member, a young woman holding a silver tray that shakes in her hands. She glances toward the entrance of the lounge as if scared to look too long. Timothée turns slightly. "Who's here?" But before she can answer, the lounge doors slide open with a dramatic hiss. A wave of murmurs sweeps across the room. The energy changes instantly. Reporters disguised as guests straighten in their seats. Influencers raise their phones. Some people even gasp. A group enters, not loud, but powerful just by presence. The leader of the group walks with slow, confident steps. A tall figure dressed in a black velvet dress that glitters like midnight. Her hair flows in perfect waves. Her heels click sharply against the marble floor. Her name moves through the crowd like a spark across dry leaves. Ava Monet, the actress who is only rumored to be the reason Timothy has been silent lately. She is known for her beauty, her icy confidence, and the aura of mystery that surrounds her like a rare perfume. And tonight, she looks even more dangerous than usual. As paparazzi cameras outside catch her silhouette through the glass walls, you can almost hear the city holding its breath. Ava walks with 2 assistants behind her and a famous PR manager beside her. She does not look left or right. She is a storm walking in a straight line. Marco whispers to Leo, "This is bad." Leo mutters, "This is Hollywood." Bad is another word for historic. Timothée doesn't move from the balcony. His jaw tightens a little, but his face stays calm. He watches as Ava approaches the center of the lounge. The music seems to slow, almost freeze. The people closest to her suddenly step aside, as if pushed by an invisible force. Someone near the pool gasps, "Oh my God, she came for him." Another says, "This is about to explode." A third whispers, "The tabloids will go crazy." Ava stops at a table just 10 steps from Timothée. She lifts her chin slightly, scanning the room with a cool, unreadable expression. Her eyes glide eventually toward the balcony. Toward him, a jolt of tension runs through the entire rooftop. Timothée stays still, but his breathing changes a small shift. Only his close friends notice. Leo touches his shoulder. "You don't have to talk to her." But Timothée shakes his head gently, eyes still on Ava. "I can't avoid this forever." Meanwhile, the gossip reporter from earlier, the one typing headlines at the bar, raises her phone and whispers into her microphone, "Breaking update, Ava Monet has arrived." This is no coincidence. Outside, through the glass walls, the paparazzi erupt like fireworks, shouting Ava's name now. The flashes multiply, creating a storm of light. Ava remains composed, almost statuesque. She finally breaks her calm by lifting one eyebrow, a tiny motion, but powerful enough to send the room into silent chaos. She takes a step forward, then another. Her heels echo against the floor, like soft warnings. Timothée watches her approach with a steady face, but his fingers tighten against the railing. The warm breeze pushes against him, carrying the faint scent of night jasmine and the distant smell of car exhaust from the city below. When Ava reaches the edge of the balcony area, she stops. She keeps a respectful distance, but a meaningful one, close enough to speak, far enough to look like she isn't chasing. For a moment, no one breathes. "Timothée," she says softly, but her voice carries through the room like the opening line of a movie trailer. "You left without a word." Her voice is calm but holds something sharp inside. Timothée turns fully now. "Tonight isn't the place." Ava gives a small, cold smile. "Tonight is exactly the place." Marco whispers to Leo again, "Oh, this is going to be messy." Leo mutters, "It's already messy." Around them, people freeze in their positions, pretending to talk, pretending to sip drinks, pretending to laugh, but everyone is watching. Everyone. The influencers record discreetly. The hidden reporters type frantically. The room feels warm and electric. like the moment before a summer thunderstorm cracks open the sky. Ava steps one more inch closer. You can't hide forever. Timothée keeps his voice quiet. I wasn't hiding. I was thinking. Ava's eyes soften for the first time. And did your thinking bring you to a choice? This question hits the room like a dropped crystal glass. Choice. What choice? Between what? Between who? The whispers break loose. What choice? Is this about the rumor? Is he choosing between them? Oh my God, this is huge. But before Timothée can answer, the rooftop door opens again. This time, the reaction is louder. Sharper. Almost explosive. People gasp. Phones fly into the air. Even the music skips. As if the speakers are shocked, because someone else has arrived. Someone who should not be here. Someone who makes the story twist in an entirely new direction. The room turns toward the entrance in total silence. Timothée's eyes widen. Ava's face freezes. Leo whispers, "No way." And the entire rooftop stares as a new figure steps inside. The rooftop freezes. Time feels slow. Heavy, like thick honey dripping through the air. Every head turns toward the entrance. Every phone rises like a wave. Even the warm breeze seems to pause, waiting to see what happens next. The tall glass doors slide open again, and a striking figure steps inside. It's Serena Vale, the pop superstar, the fashion icon, the woman whose name alone can make headlines shake. Serena walks in with the confidence of someone who knows the world watches her every move. Her long silver coat sparkles under the lights like she's wrapped in stardust. Her dark hair is slicked back, wet shine and dramatic. Her makeup glows like moonlight. She looks untouchable, almost unreal, the kind of rare beauty people only see on magazine covers. But this isn't a photo shoot. This is real, and her entrance feels like an earthquake. Someone near the bar whispers loudly, "No way. Why are they all here on the same night?" Another voice says, "Are we witnessing a love triangle? Or a war?" A third trembles. This is history. This is Hollywood history. Serena's eyes scan the room slowly. She sees cameras. She sees whispers. She sees fear, curiosity, shock. But she doesn't react. She keeps walking, her heels hitting the marble like soft thunder. Ava Monet stiffens immediately. Her elegant posture turns sharper, colder. She watches Serena like she's watching a rival walk into her territory. Timothée's face changes. The calm mask he kept all evening cracks, just slightly, but enough for Leo and Marco to see panic flicker in his eyes. Serena reaches the center of the rooftop. She pauses, her gaze locks with Timothée. The room gasps. Ava's lips press into a thin line. The tension becomes alive, like electricity crawling across everyone's skin. As Serena steps toward the balcony area, the whispers explode again. Wasn't she seen leaving his movie premiere last month? Didn't they have dinner in Paris? Is she the reason? Rumors mix with imagination. No one knows the truth, but tonight, truth doesn't matter. Not in Hollywood. All that matters is what people think they see. Serena stops a few feet from Ava, her expression calm but unreadable. Her eyes shift, just for a moment, to Timothée. It's soft, too soft, and the room picks up on it instantly. Ava notices. Her voice cuts through the air like glass. "You didn't have to come, Serena?" Serena gives a slow, elegant smile. "And you didn't have to wait for me to arrive before confronting him." The air between them is sharp, dangerous, beautiful. Like two queens meeting on a chessboard, deciding who moves first. Timothée steps forward, trying to keep his voice steady. "Serena, Ava, this isn't the right place." Serena lifts a hand gently, stopping him without words. "I didn't come to fight." Ava crosses her arms. "Then why did you come?" Serena's eyes soften, almost sad, because hiding won't fix anything. Timothée breathes deeply. The night feels too hot suddenly, too bright. The whole city watches him from beyond the glass walls. Reflected in the paparazzi flashes below, Marco whispers to Leo. He's trapped between two hurricanes. Leo exhales. This is what the world sees as glamour. The influencers record every second like it's a season finale. Fans outside scream his name. Blogs prepare breaking news banners. Even the waiters freeze mid-step. Serena steps closer. "Timothée, you asked for time. I gave it to you. But now you need to decide what story you want the world to hear." Ava leans in slightly, or who he wants standing next to him when he tells it. Serena's jaw tenses. This isn't about competition. Ava smiles coldly. Everything in Hollywood is competition. Timothée closes his eyes for a moment, overwhelmed. When he opens them, he looks more honest, vulnerable in a way cameras rarely catch. He speaks quietly. But the whole rooftop hears his words. I didn't disappear to avoid you. I disappeared because I didn't want to choose in front of the world. The rooftop erupts with shocked whispers. Serena's eyebrows lift, pain flickering in her eyes. Ava stiffens, her posture icy again. Leo and Marco exchange looks like, he said it. He actually said it. Reporters pretend not to record, but they absolutely are. Influencers pretend not to stare, but their lenses are zoomed in to maximum. The city below feels like it's tilting. Serena takes a small step toward him. Timothée, you don't have to choose now, but you can't keep running. Ava's voice turns velvet smooth, but razor sharp. Or maybe he already made a choice. Maybe disappearing was the choice. Timothée opens his mouth to speak, but before he can say anything, a sudden crashing sound explodes from the bar area. Everyone jumps. Glasses shatter. A waiter screams. Cameras swing toward the noise. Security rushes forward. People gasp and cover their mouths. Timothée's heart slams in his chest. Ava turns sharply. Serena freezes. And in the middle of the chaos, a figure stands up. Someone who wasn't supposed to be here at all. Someone whose presence changes everything. Someone holding a phone, recording them, and as the flashes explode, the figure says loudly, I know the truth. The rooftop goes silent in absolute shock. The rooftop is frozen in shock. All eyes turn toward the bar where broken glass glitters across the marble floor like scattered diamonds. People press their hands to their mouths. Security guards push through the crowd. The music stops completely, leaving nothing but the pounding of hearts and the distant sirens from the city below, and they're standing in the middle of the mess, holding a phone high like a spotlight. Is Riley Storm. The celebrity gossip vlogger? The internet's drama detective. A person known for digging up secrets, exposing scandals, and delivering them to millions. Riley's presence is like a grenade thrown into the room. Ava gasps quietly, her fingers tightening at her sides. Serena's expression turns cold, defensive. Timothée's heartbeat jumps so fast he feels dizzy for a moment. Riley stares straight at him. Their voice slices through the air. I know the truth, and the world needs to hear it. Phones lift everywhere. Recordings start instantly. The rooftop becomes a battlefield of flashing lights and silence. Timothée steps forward, trying to keep his voice steady. Riley, this isn't the place for your. Riley cuts him off. Not the place? This is the perfect place. You thought you could hide from everyone, disappear for weeks, leave the whole world confused. You don't get to control the story anymore. The words hit like stones. Ava folds her arms. Riley, whatever you think you know, you should be sure before you owe. I'm sure, Riley says, eyes bright with adrenaline. I have proof. Gasps spread through the crowd. Serena takes a slow step closer, voice calm but firm. What proof? Riley turns the phone toward them. Enough to change the whole narrative. Timothée's throat tightens. He feels exposed, hunted, like the lights are too bright, the air too thin. Marco whispers to Leo, if Riley posts anything right now, this will go viral in seconds. Leo mutters back, it already has. Look, people are live streaming. Outside the glass walls, paparazzi scream as they try to capture the chaos happening inside. The rooftop's glass glows with camera flashes like a storm. The city below senses something huge unfolding. Riley turns the phone camera toward the crowd. Everyone in this room deserves to know the truth, and so does the world watching outside. The influencers lean forward, hungry. The reporters pretend to hide their phones but keep recording. The tension becomes unbearable. Timothée forces himself to breathe. Riley, just tell me what you think you know. Riley's eyes lock on him. Fine, you want it straight. Then here it is. A dramatic pause. The room leans toward them as if pulled by gravity. Riley points at Timothée, then at Ava, then at Serena. You didn't disappear because of them, Riley says. You disappeared because of what happened before the rumors. Serena's breath catches. Timothée feels the room spinning. Riley stops, but Riley only steps closer. You think people didn't notice? They say loudly. You think fans didn't see the clues? The missed interviews, the sudden cancellations, the strange meeting at the Lumiere Hotel, the photo that got deleted before anyone could save it. Whispers fly across the rooftop like sparks. What photo? There was a deleted photo. Oh my God, what is Riley talking about? Riley's eyes glitter with excitement. I know who took that photo, and I know what it showed. Timothée tries to stay calm, but his fingers shake slightly. He knows exactly what photo Riley means. The one he thought would never resurface. Serena steps closer to him, whispering, is there something we should know? Ava looks at him sharply. Timothée, what did you do? but the room doesn't give him time to answer. Riley raises their phone again. Do you really think secrets survive in Hollywood? Riley says, there are no secrets here, only delayed headlines. The rooftop crowd murmurs louder, forming a circle around them. Timothee's chest tightens. He feels cornered, surrounded, like the whole world is about to tilt. He glances at Leo and Marco, both helpless. He tries again, voice low. Riley, please, whatever you think you know. Riley shouts over him. I know you're hiding something that will change everything about tonight. The rooftop explodes with gasps, but before Riley can reveal anything more, a sudden wind sweeps across the balcony, strong enough to blow Serena's hair back and ruffle Ava's dress. The warm night air turns strangely cold, and then a deep voice cuts through the rooftop. Enough. Everyone turns. A tall figure stands at the far end of the balcony, half in shadow, half in golden rooftop light. Someone no one noticed arriving. Someone who moves with quiet authority, like they have been watching long enough. The figure steps forward. The crowd parts in shock. Timothee's eyes widen. Ava whispers, what is he doing here? Serena covers her mouth in disbelief. Riley freezes completely, because the man walking toward them is someone powerful, someone unexpected, someone the world knows very well, someone whose involvement makes everything 10 times more dramatic. P stops beside Timothée, and the rooftop holds its breath. The rooftop feels like it has stopped breathing. Every whisper dies. Every phone lowers just a little. The man who steps forward is someone the whole world recognizes. Julian Cross, the award-winning actor, the Hollywood legend, a man whose name alone fills movie theaters, a man known for staying away from drama, which makes his presence tonight even more shocking. His black suit fits him perfectly, smooth and sharp like a blade. His eyes, dark and intense, sweep across the room. He carries a calm power, the kind that makes people straighten their posture without realizing it. Ava looks stunned. Serena's expression tightens with confusion. Riley stares at him like they are seeing a ghost walk into their video. Julian stops beside Timothée, placing a steady hand on his shoulder. Timothée isn't hiding anything, Julian says, voice deep, quiet, but strong enough to command the entire rooftop. The crowd reacts with a sharp wave of gasps. Timothy's heart pounds. He didn't expect Julian of all people to come here. Not tonight. Not during this chaos. Julian glances at the broken glass, the frozen guests, the phones pointed in every direction, the two glamorous women standing inches from each other like rival constellations. Then he turns toward Riley. You don't know the whole story, Julian says. Riley lifts their chin. I know enough. Julian's eyes sharpen, not angry, but disappointed. You know half-truths and echoes. Nothing more. Riley hesitates for the first time. Serena steps closer, confusion in her voice. Julian, what are you doing here? Ava narrows her eyes. Since when are you involved in this? Julian ignores their questions and keeps his attention on Riley. Put the phone down, he says calmly. Riley laughs once nervous, shaky. I'm not afraid of you. You think being a superstar lets you shut people up? Julian shakes his head. No, but I'm the only one here who knows the truth. Completely. The room tilts. Ava looks shaken. Julian, please tell us you're not involved in. Julian cuts her off gently. It's not what you think. Serena crosses her arms now, guarded. Then say it. If you know everything, say it. Timothée steps forward, voice soft but trembling. Julian, please, don't. But Julian places a hand on his arm. It's time, he says quietly. Timothée feels the weight of those words, like a stone sinking into his stomach. The crowd sways with excitement. Phones rise again. People whisper, half terrified and half thrilled. What is happening? Does Julian know a secret? No way. This is bigger than a love triangle. Why is he protecting Timothée? Riley steadies their phone. If you're going to stop me, Julian, then explain. Tell the world what really happened. Julian takes a slow breath. His voice carries across the rooftop like a storm forming. Timothée didn't disappear because of Ava, or Serena, or any rumor you've heard. Ava's jaw tightens. Serena's breath catches. Marco and Leo exchange shocked looks. Riley presses, then why? What are you all hiding? Julian glances at Timothée, a long, meaningful look. Almost fatherly. Almost protective. Timothée nods, eyes lowered. He knows he can't run anymore. Julian turns toward the crowd again. He disappeared because of what happened at the Lumiere Hotel 3 weeks ago. A loud gasp cuts through the air. Ava whispers sharply, you swore we wouldn't bring that up. Serena's face crumples with worry. Julian, stop. If you mention that, everything will, but Julian keeps speaking, voice steady. There was a private meeting, a very important one, and something happened that night. Something none of you know about. People lean closer, as if stepping toward a cliff. What happened? Riley demands. Julian glances at Timothée again. Timothée nods slowly, even though fear burns in his eyes. Julian continues. The photo Riley mentioned. The one that got deleted wasn't a scandal photo. It wasn't a secret romance. It wasn't anything the tabloids think. The rooftop becomes silent enough to hear a champagne bubble pop. Then what was it? Riley shouts. Julian speaks carefully, each word heavy. It was a contract, a deal, a project so big it will change Hollywood, something they weren't ready for the world to know. Confusion spreads across the room. Ava whispers, Julian, don't tell them about, but Julian raises a hand. No more secrets. He looks at Riley. The real story is this. Timothée wasn't hiding, he was preparing. Riley scoffs. Preparing for what? A new movie. That's not a scandal. Julian steps closer, his eyes darkening with intensity. Preparing, he repeats slowly, for the biggest reveal Hollywood has seen in a decade, a reveal that affects all of us, Ava, Serena, me, and half the industry. The rooftop explodes with confused, excited murmurs. What reveal? A new franchise? Some secret project? Why is it so dramatic? Timothée closes his eyes. He knows what's coming. He knows once Julian says it, there's no going back. Julian lifts his chin slightly, and prepares to speak. Every camera points at him. Every breath is held. Ava grips the railing, bracing herself. Serena touches her chest, heart racing. Riley steps closer, shaking with anticipation. And just as Julian opens his mouth to reveal the truth, a powerful alarm suddenly blares across the rooftop. Red emergency lights. Flash. Security rushes in. People scream. The music cuts out completely. A voice crackles over the loudspeaker. Attention, we need everyone to evacuate immediately. Timothée jolts. Ava gasps. Serena grabs his arm. Julian's eyes widen. Riley shouts, what's happening? The rooftop plunges into chaos. Red emergency lights flash wildly across the rooftop. Sirens pulse. People scream as waiters drop trays. Champagne splashes the marble floor, and phones shake in trembling hands. The warm, glamorous night turns into pure panic within seconds. Security guards shout, everyone, stay calm. Move toward the stairwell. This is a precaution. Precaution. A Hollywood word for disaster. Timothée feels his chest tighten as the crowd crushes closer. Ava grabs his wrist. Serena clutches his other arm. Julian tries to protect them, pushing people back. Riley struggles to keep filming, stumbling as bodies press from all sides. What is happening? Is this a stunt? Is this part of the reveal? But even Julian looks confused, and that scares everyone more. Smoke, not fire. But light gray fog starts drifting in from the lounge entrance. People scream louder. The rooftop becomes a glowing red storm of fear and confusion. Marco shouts, it's the smoke from the lower floor. They triggered the alarm. Leo yells back, triggered it why? By accident? On purpose? Julian's expression darkens. This wasn't an accident, he says firmly. His voice slices through the chaos. Timothée looks at him, breathless. Then someone is trying to stop the reveal. Ava and Serena exchange terrified glances. Suddenly, a loud crack echoes overhead like metal shifting. People duck. Someone faints. Someone screams they can't breathe. The glamorous rooftop moments ago filled with diamonds, designer heels, and shimmering champagne now looks like a disaster movie set. Paparazzi, outside the glass windows, are losing their minds, filming every second. Julian grabs Timothée's shoulders. We need to get out of here now. But Timothée's eyes widen with realization. No, he says suddenly. If I leave now, the story becomes worse. Riley will post half-truths. Ava and Serena will look dragged into a scandal. Everything will spiral. Serena pleads, please. This isn't the moment to worry about headlines. But Timothée shakes his head, breathing fast. This is exactly the moment. Hollywood never sleeps. It records everything. Julian looks at him intensely. Then say it. Say the truth now before someone else does. Timothée turns. He steps onto a slightly raised platform near the balcony, a place meant for DJs and party hosts. Now glowing red from the alarm lights. He raises his hands shakily. Everyone, he shouts. The crowd quiets slightly. People turn their heads. Phones instantly rise. Even with panic swirling around them, the spotlight finds him. Because it always does. Timothée breathes deeply. His voice trembles, but he speaks loud enough for the whole rooftop to hear. You want to know the truth, the real truth? Riley shouts back, breathless. Yes, tell us. What happened at the Lumiere Hotel? What's the secret project? Ava bites her lip. Serena grips the railing. Julian stands like a wall behind him. Timothée lifts his chin. The meeting at the hotel, the deleted photo, the disappearing, it was all because of the same thing. The crowd waits in terrified silence. I'm not in a love triangle. I'm not running away from drama, and I'm not choosing between anyone. Ava exhales shakily. Serena closes her eyes. Riley leans forward. Desperate. Timothée continues. The truth is, I signed a secret contract. A project no one in Hollywood knows about. Not yet. Something that could change everything: how movies are made, how actors work, how stories reach the world. A ripple moves through the crowd. Julian stands beside him proudly. He's telling the truth. Julian says, we didn't want leaks before we were ready. The Lumiere meeting was the first step. Riley lowers their phone slowly, confusion mixing with awe. What project? Timothée answers softly. A new global film studio. A creative alliance. A chance for actors, directors, designers, writers, musicians, all of us to create freely without the old system controlling everything. Gasps ripple. Even Ava and Serena stare wide. Timothée continues. We weren't hiding a scandal. We were hiding a revolution. The word revolution hangs in the air like a thunderbolt. People stare as if unsure how to react. Some cry, some cheer, some keep filming, stunned. Riley's voice shakes. So, there's no scandal, no breakup, no love triangle, no secret romance. Timothée shakes his head. None. You chased the wrong story. Ava steps beside him. The Lumiere meeting was about artistic freedom. Serena adds, and giving younger actors a safer system. Julian finishes. The deleted photo showed a signed agreement, nothing more dangerous than ideas. The rooftop falls into a strange mix of relief, shock, and awe. Slowly, the emergency lights stop flashing. The alarm turns off. A voice over the loudspeaker says, attention, the issue has been resolved. You may remain on the rooftop. People laugh nervously. Some cry. Some hug. Timothée looks at Julian, confused. What happened? Why did the alarms go off? Julian's eyes narrow. Someone didn't want the truth to be revealed tonight. Riley approaches, filming again. So who triggered the alarm? Who tried to stop you? Ava and Serena exchange worried glances. Timothée frowns. If someone doesn't want this project exposed, then we may not be safe yet. Julian nods slowly. This is only the beginning. And whoever tried to stop tonight's reveal, they're powerful. A cold wind sweeps across the rooftop again, carrying the scent of danger. Serena whispers, then who should we be afraid of? Julian looks out over the city lights, expression darkening. Someone who was here tonight, he says quietly. Someone watching, listening, waiting. Timothée shivers. Riley's camera zooms in. Ava turns toward the crowd. Serena steps closer, barely breathing. And as the rooftop calms, somewhere in the shadows, a silhouette slips quietly out the exit door, watching them. Smiling, planning,